Welcome back to Blender and SVerchok LiveNoding. In this episode, we're gonna try to recreate this kind of star trails using Blender. There are many ways to do this. These star trails looks like circles, but kind of like segmented. And you can actually make this using SVerchok quite easily. But if you want to draw it using grease pencil, you can kind of do that as well. So if you start with a blank grease pencil and you go to draw and you want to draw on the 3D cursor or origin, but maybe use a plane, maybe like a ZX front, and you want to enable guide and circular or radial. You try one of these, but it's allowing you to draw star trails like this by hand if you want to do it this way. Nothing wrong with this. It's actually kind of neat. Radial, okay, radial is also kind of nice. So using this method, you might be able to create kind of like a, what this look like a bullet going through the wall, or like a crack, like a glass crack. But that's using grease pencil and manual. There are many other ways, like for example, if we use this way using SVerchok. Okay, so now it's starting to get more interesting. So you can have as many as you want, and you can control the radius, etc. So this is just like a super basic. It's using the one that's responsible is this guy over here, circle curve node, and this is working on a curve, and we need to evaluate the curve before we can output like a data that generates another curve, which is using this CV beta. The output is looking like this, segmented, but you can also use a polyline viewer. Oops, not this one, poly viewer. So there are two nodes that's outputting curve. You just need to be aware of it. So this is the second one. It's actually with the second one you can control the radius. Let's quickly plug this. This one should have different name. I should perhaps group this one so I can hide. So this is the second version using polyline. It's smooth curve, and we can randomize the radius as well. So this one is kind of neat. We can plug this maybe there. Well, we can split this number there. This is what I wanted to create. This is perfect. So let's save this as A4 because we have another example. So okay, wait, before I do that, I'll try to explain what's going on. So circle curve have a T minimum and maximum. You can adjust that. With the minimum, I didn't change anything. You can animate this. I leave it at 0, but I'm plugging in random number of pi with this value as well. So this random value between 0 and 1 is plugged into the pi. We can have 2 pi, so it's fully circular. So that's dealing with this circle. I also have this radius that's kind of growing. This is like number range specified by this count number between 0 and whatever value here, radius that you assign. Okay, so I think this is pretty cool to be able to do this. And yeah, you can also use this with geometry nodes, but I'm not gonna do that. Another method is actually kind of like doing a spin. This is doing the actual spin. So you start with a bunch of points, random vector here, maybe like 50. You have like 50 stars, and we don't need to actually we can skip that one. So this is exactly what's going on if you're on a planet Earth and you're looking at stars and you're taking photos of the stars. So you have this kind of like star trails. This works because I'm using these rotations. So this rotation matrix is rotating the stars, and the trail is generated using UV connection. So it's generating like polygon edge based on points that has been rotated. I have to use separate loose and polyline viewer. So as a result, we have similar things happening, kind of like a star trails, and you can render this out and you get the same look. This random vector can just be a line actually. So this is what we have if we are just rotating line. We can randomize this a little bit. Okay, so we have randomizations and line that's being rotated. If you want this to be a bit, let's see. Oh yeah, this is what I want to show you. So the line that's been rotated with the radius that you can control, and you have similar result. So either start with a random vector and then rotate it using matrix apply, connect the dots that's being rotated into a line, and separate loose, output the curve. Whichever you like, grease pencil method or the SVerchok method, the other one. I think I really like this one. It's just a simple curve being segmented and then with different radius. You're gonna get the same star trails look. Alright, so hopefully you find this useful. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.